Welcome to the CityMove Podcast. In this episode, we explore Bogotá's Ciclovía, a weekly tradition that gives the streets back to people and creates a space for movement, well-being, and community life.
Hello, my name is Juan Correa. I am a physician and public health researcher at Fundación Universitaria Juan N. Corpas here in Bogotá. In the CityMove project, my work focuses on studying the Ciclovía, one of the city's most iconic interventions that promotes physical activity and community well-being. This means working with local authorities, communities, and partners to evaluate how the program works, who it reaches, and what impact it has on health and equity. The Ciclovía fits perfectly with CityMove's mission to make cities healthier, more active, and more equitable. Every Sunday and holiday, Bogotá closes over 130 kilometers of streets to cars and opens them for people. It transforms the city into a space where movement, recreation, and community come first. This is exactly the kind of large-scale, inclusive intervention CityMove wants to study and promote around the world. There are three main questions we want to answer. First, how far does the Ciclovía really reach across different social groups and neighborhoods? Second, what factors make it sustainable and what barriers limit its impact? And third, how can the lessons learned here in Bogotá inspire other cities to create similar initiatives that promote activity, health, and equity? By studying Ciclovía, we aim to learn how to measure the real impact of open street programs on health, social connection, and urban environment. We want to understand how data, like participation counts, health outcomes, and spatial mapping, can help city leaders make better decisions. Most importantly, we want to show how an intervention born in Latin America can generate knowledge and inspiration for cities in Europe, Africa, and beyond. So the Ciclovía is more than a Sunday tradition. It's a living laboratory for public health, inclusion, and sustainability. And through CityMove, our goal is to share Bogotá's experience with the world, helping other cities design healthier and more active futures.
Now, let's take a closer look at the operation behind Ciclovía. We'll hear from a member of the team who coordinates its weekly implementation and explains the scale of the work, the challenges, and the value of keeping this tradition alive.
Hello, I'm David Nicolas Yepes. I'm a civil engineer from National University of Colombia. I'm the local coordinator of human resources in Ciclovía's Bogotá, where I work during the week, Sundays, and holidays in the development of this activity. Ciclovía's Bogotá started in the 70s as a social movement, which enables spaces to enjoy physical activities and guarantee safety while riding a bike. This necessity climbed by the citizens until they temporarily crossed roads in the 7th Avenue.
Every working day is a city challenge, giving safety spaces to the people. We needed about 36 cargo trucks and drivers, around 117 workers, 3 local transport coordinators, 6 suburban vehicles, which starts the operation at 3:30 a.m., loading the signaling material onto the trucks from the storage to distribute around the city. What characterizes us is that in 16 different points around the city, the guardians and leaders team meet in the corridors who verify the attendance and go to close the roads, enabling them to bikers, walkers, skaters, and other kind of sporters at 7 o'clock a.m. Finishing the implementation, the same team at 2 o'clock p.m. we enable the roads again to the vehicles, where the trucks load again the signaling material and carry it to the storage.
There are many biggest challenges, but around in Ciclovía's history, recently we had 3 important challenges. The pandemic, the Bogotá's Grand Fondo, and the 17 hours of Ciclovía, which took place on August the 7th. This day was completely different, as the implementation started at 7 o'clock a.m. as always,
and finish at midnight. This operation starts around 4 hours before and finish after 4 hours. So basically, we were in the operation around 24 hours and we participated to get the World Guinness record and in the longest time operating temporal Ciclovías. Well, talking about the measure success, we measure in two ways. One is directly without others and their participation. During the day, we count the journeys made by the walkers, bikers, skaters, and other kind of transport and compare among the other implementation in the year. On the other hand, there are many studies that confirm the benefits of the implementation, who describes that per buck invested in the implementation, the health system saves $3, more or less, so it's a clear benefit in public health and financial savings. Ciclovía became sustainable over the years thanks to institutionalization in 1995, when the Institute took the organization and merged the implementation as a public policy supported by the district. Since then, the city had found in Ciclovía a recreational space to practice any physical activity and making family moments, what has strengthened the social appropriation and becoming every Sunday and holiday in a common day of communitarian meeting in every corridor enabled to everyone. Finally, urban sustainable mobility and international recognition have strengthened local commitment to preserve Ciclovía as a world reference worthy to replicate. This experience is very important to me, has been rewarding. I've learned how to manage my time, how to execute different activities around the community and entities to achieve the same goal. Personally, I think this experience gave me integrity and emotional connections, focusing on sports and healthy living. Nowadays, for example, I used to ride a bike and make different sports. I think that my biggest motivations come around the able to go on the streets and see since a child learning how to ride a bike and our grandparents walking on the street. See both of them enjoying the city, the environment, and participate in a completely different city without vehicles, with enough space to get out with their families and giving the priority to people who make any sports in the roads. Besides, it is motivating to help people, give a service, and be able to be a reference in front of the rest of the team in the program and contributed to another topics out of my role.
Finally, we look at the heart of Ciclovía, its participants. Let's hear how this action becomes an essential part of people's lives and offers a true sense of belonging in the city.
My name is Daniel. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Chirihuaná. This is a small town on the Caribbean coast of Colombia. And I'm a medical doctor. I'm currently working as a senior associate for regulatory affairs in a Japanese pharmaceutical company. Even though I live in Bogotá now, I still carry that Caribbean identity with me, and the city has really shaped who am I today. I heard about the Ciclovía 11 years ago, I think, when I moved to Bogotá to study medicine. That time I was looking for things to do on weekends that could help me explore the city and stay active, and the Ciclovía immediately caught my attention. It seemed like the perfect way to run outdoors, enjoy Bogotá, and get to know the city better at the same time. Well, at first, my participation was kind of irregular. I would go once in a while, but 2 years ago, when I decided to start working out more consistently, it became part of my routine. The Ciclovía for sure gave me discipline. It helped me create a healthy habit and build endurance, both physically and mentally. Knowing that I'll be out every Sunday makes me feel committed to my health. It means a lot. When I'm running or biking on the Ciclovía, I feel like Bogotá belongs to me too. I feel connected to this city because I can use its spaces freely and safely. It makes me feel included. I usually go out with my partner and with friends. Sunday mornings have become a moment to share. whether it's running together, walking, or just, enjoying the atmosphere. What could be improved? I think the time frame could be longer. Sometimes you want to enjoy it for a little bit more. Also, it would be great to organize small events or activities every Sunday to, encourage even more people to come out and join. What would I tell the people who make the Ciclovía possible? I would say, thank you. What you've created is much more than a road closure. It's that social space that promotes health without cost, that brings people together once again, and that shows how a city can give something back to its citizens. It's a brilliant idea. Do I think it welcomes everyone? Absolutely. To me, the Ciclovía is the perfect definition of inclusion and equity. You see children riding their little bikes, seniors walking slowly, women running, people with disabilities using the paths. Everyone shares the same space with the same rights. It's one of the few moments when Bogotá really feels like a city for all. What would I say to someone who's never heard of the Ciclovía? I would say you have to give it a try. It's more than exercise, it's an experience. You see family, kids, athletes, people walking their dogs, everyone coming together. It's one of the simplest and most powerful ways to feel the heartbeat of Bogotá. We have an expression here that says, Bogotá does not have a beach, but it has Ciclovía. That expression gives you a good idea of how proud people feel about the Ciclovía.
Thank you for listening to this episode. We hope Bogotá's experience encourages other cities to explore new ways of supporting active and connected communities. Stay with us for more stories and insights from across the CityMove project.